Ira.
Hey!
How are you?
Man, Mose.
Haven't seen you in a little bit.
Very good to see you again.
I'm getting ready to give a lecture at Indiana University about my life, growing up Amish, and then leaving for the English world. I need to talk to another ex-Amish person who has a public voice and uses it to share his story. So I'm visiting Ira Wagler. How's the book been doing since the last time I talked to you?
Oh, I tell you what, it's been cranking out there.
Ira wrote a book about his life called Growing Up Amish, and it became a New York Times bestseller. He's received a lot of feedback, both good and bad, because he shared his life story.
You want to see the yard and all that? I'll show you around out the back level.
Let's go see what you do.
Okay.
Even though in places like Berlin and Lancaster, the Amish are becoming more comfortable with promoting their lifestyle, there is always the extra scrutiny on the ex-Amish when we share our stories. I'm hoping by talking to Ira, he could help me balance my passion for sharing my story and still maintain that respect for the Amish heritage. Do you find yourself defending the book, or do you just kind of let it...
I don't know that I'd go into defensive mode. I would just simply say, this is my story. I wrote it as honestly as I was able, and I did. And if you have problems with it, they're your problems, not mine.
I have to tell you, I admire you for doing it. I've said that several times,
Yeah.
but the reason I say that is because any film I've done, whether it's for a good cause or whether I just said I'm just going to do a film just
Right,
because I can,
right.
they always get torn apart by a certain
Well, of
people.
course
And,
they will, but you've been out there now, and you made yourself a target in some ways, you know, just simply by what you have already communicated to the world.
For the ex-Amish, sharing our story means talking about the hardship of the Amish life, and the Amish don't like that. It's like we can use a public platform to celebrate the Amish culture, but not to talk about the struggles in the Amish.
10 years ago, I would not have been able to write it without some bitterness coming out. I tried really hard to do it the right way, but there's always an element in the Amish communities where it's going to resist that book.
there's probably very few Amish people that are going to support the book.
No, I tell you what, I mean, I have friends through here that are just absolutely Amish, very close friends, families. They were very supportive. And I actually got a phone call from a preacher in Holmes County, Ohio, that read it, just called me here at work and said that that book made him realize that he has got to quit judging people, you know. And he was just very complimentary about it.
Really?
He was. Totally. And I was like, whoa, you know.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I'm surprised that Ira received positive feedback from within the Amish community, since the ex-Amish don't often get any support from the Amish. But if Ira has been able to affect someone in a positive way, that's a huge accomplishment, and that's what I hope to do too.
I do believe this is a calling God has for me. I'm going to go with it.